Well, it's great to be here. Let me tell you, I want to introduce my wife. Ann, would you stand up? This is my wife of 44 years. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. When I went over to meet with Kelly Olson, she said, if you sign up, don't come home. So I did not sign up. What I want to do is take just a few minutes that I have and tell you just a little bit of our story. Because what happened back in 1990, on the advice of our accountant, I did not report $28,000 insurance that we received from something that had happened to us. And so 4 years later, the IRS, our government, audited me and said, because I did not report that, I now owe them $69,000. I did not have $69,000. Anybody got $69,000 just floating around? Well, what happened then next is that the IRS sold our house. A house was worth $200,000 and they sold it for $43,000 and said I still owe them the rest of the money. Because the IRS sold our house in 1995, I no longer had any money in my bank, so the bank repossessed my car while I was in it. Now, you haven't lived until my wife came out and said, where are you going? I says, I don't know, I'm not driving. And they drove away with my car. And there I was. All I had left was the change in my pocket. And that was in 1995. I thought, where do I go from here? But I learned something. It's not how far you fall, but it's how high you bounce. And I'm a good bouncer. And now, there's a lot more to this story, but you can see it. I'll show you in a minute. You can see it on our website. I don't have time for all of it now. But it's a good thing that happened to me, because then what happened is then in 1996, in May, Kelly Olson called me up and asked me to come over there and learn about a new product, Tahitian noni juice from Tahiti. Now, I love Tahiti. I'd already been there. I love Hawaiian shirts. I now have 77. My wife said I can't buy any more unless I build a new closet. And I can't do that. But that was the beginning. And but see, success was my only option. That was my only option. I couldn't go anywhere else. Now, see, I don't like people say that failure is not an option. See, that's negative. But success was my only option. So I went over there and met, and there were several of us there. Ken Rowland was there, Dale Williams, a few other people. And then we just started making phone calls and talking to my friends and my people. When we started, all we had was a product and a mission to take Tahitian noni juice to the world. And is it happening? What do you think? You better believe it. When I look out and see all these faces as I've traveled now, my wife and I have now traveled to over 66 countries, and in photography and about Tahitian noni juice. But that's all that we had. And then look what has happened from right there, because you have to have a mission. And let me tell you something to remember. A vision is saying where you want to go. A mission is saying why you want to go there. You need them both, a vision and a mission. And so we had that, and we started building it. And now look at today. Over $2.2 billion in commissions have been paid out. Can you believe that? $2.2 billion. I have an organization that does way over $100 million a year. And I don't have any inventory. I don't have a payroll. I just talk to my friends and collect checks, and my wife spends it. She likes that arrangement. Okay. But have you ever heard this saying, money doesn't grow on trees? You ever hear that? Well, that's because they never heard of noni. And it's green also. But you know, it's just been so exciting, because when we started, we had nothing. Nothing. And I didn't know how I was going to get out of the hole that we were in. And you look at where we are today, it's just like a dream come true. And it can be for each and every one of you. All of you have a story. But here's what amazes me. If you have a vision of where you want to go, and you know that you're doing something good, you know that you have a purpose, don't let somebody else talk you out of doing what you know you should be doing. right? Don't listen to the other people who have never made $1 million how not to make $1 million. Because now my wife and I has been $1 million, many multiplied over and over and over again. It's just been so exciting to us. And now, as you look at it now, when our organization expands 77 countries, our organization, and the company has created over 200 millionaires. What other company has done that? Who's ready to be a next one? Anybody ready? I love the translations because they're the hands that go up late. I know they don't understand English, okay. But over 200 of them, and it's going to keep getting bigger and bigger and better and better. We're just starting, folks. This is the new beginning. And then from here, I want to show you my home office. Yeah, you know, I started in my basement, and this is my home office today. Now, I have a mobile office also. This is it right here. This is me and my wife on our motorcycle. Our family and us, we go on trips every summer and other times. And you know what's great? My children all go with us. You know why? Because we pay for it. I've learned if you want your family to stay close, pay for things. But we enjoy it, enjoy being with them and have a lifestyle. When we started, my wife said, I don't want to be rich. I just want to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. I said, honey, that's rich. That's what I call rich. Well, let me just show you something real quickly here. This is the home office that we have today. Over our door is engraved in stone over the door, and they live happily ever after, because that's where we are. And if you want to hear more of our story, you can go to our website at nonausers.com and see more of our story, of the whole story about our experience with the IRS, because it has really been an inspiration to us of what's happened to us since then. And here's our family with our 8 children in front of our house. We've been to Disneyland twice with the company. We've been to Las Vegas at least 4 times. We've been to Disney World. We've been to Switzerland. We've been to Hawaii, 5 or 6 times, all paid for by T&I. And this fall, how many are going to Atlantis? Paid for by T&I. What companies do that? Well, let me just tell you this. You see this right here? Who wants to go to Tahiti? Okay. Over 5,000 people have went. And look at this. There's 2 chairs there waiting for you. And that bird right there on the left, he's waiting to be fed. Okay, so let's get there. And a Black Pearl cruise, 7 days on a Black Pearl cruise. A Club Marquesas cruise, 14 days. That's me and my wife having breakfast. This is our card bonus. We drive a brand new 750 IL BMW because John Wadsworth, Carrie A.C. Kelly Olson, all the founders pay for it. Now, is that sweet or what? And just here in closing, this is where we're going, folks. Are you ready? Are you ready to go there? That's where we're going. And I hope you will get into the future. The question is, where will you be? And I want to show you something in closing here. What's going to happen to our competition? I'm going to show you a picture after today what our competition looks like. That's it, folks. We are going forward. That rooster doesn't crow anymore, I'll guarantee you. So if you're ready to go, are you ready? Okay, let's go do it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Floyd Holdman.